Hello my dear students. We will continue with module 1 which stops at understanding streams like printf statement, scanf statement. In today's session, in this session, we will be seeing what exactly the stream. Stream, you would have seen water stream that flows, which you can direct the water to flow. That water, you can just make this as an input that comes to the location that you wanted, or you can make that to go somewhere. So here streams are basically used. You should understand that. See, ultimately when you write any program, that program should be useful to display something. I am writing quadratic equation. I am giving the values of A, B, C. So therefore, A, B, C are the inputs you are giving to the computer, to the program, to the software. And it gives you two results, two roots. One positive root and one imaginary root it gives, right? So this real and imaginary roots given by the quadratic equation program is an output. You want to see that in some display unit. So therefore, to this particular program, quadratic equation, giving ABC becomes input. Seeing two outputs like real and imaginary, those becomes output for that. So therefore, any program for that matter will have some sort of input. Input should be given to that program, and you will be taking some output. So therefore, streams are discussing about how exactly inputs and outputs are being followed. In the previous video, we have seen how to declare variables. Variables can be character type, integer type, float type, like that we have seen. We have seen keywords, etc. and all. Now, in today's video, we will be seeing the streams. Streams means output. How do you make something being displayed on output device that you wanted? Basically, this is used even for files also, but in the beginning of the sessions, we will be seeing how to make this displayed on a device, computer monitor, and that is being used by one standard function called as printf. When I use the word called function, I am not writing this function. It is written by somebody else. That is why in the last class I told you it is called library. Now printf is a library function written by somebody else, included in stdio.h. So that is why in every program you are including stdio.h. It is not only printf, scanf, there are other functions written as a supporting for you. It is a gift given to you. So therefore, this printf is a gift which has come from stdio.h to your program to display something onto the monitor. Similarly, scanf is a function written in stdio.h that comes to you as a free gift to this particular program to accept input from keyboard, mouse or any other device. It could be another file also, but in earlier, beginning classes, we will not worry about files, etc. and all. We will worry only about keyboard and monitor. Keyboard is used as an input, monitor used as an output. So to display output, I am using this printf statement, I am using this scanf statement for the purpose of input. So we will see first one. So to display anything onto the monitor, I am using this printf statement. So printf statement in the previous two videos we have already seen, but now let us see in detail how exactly this printf needs to be written as a student, as a programmer, how to write this. Okay, we will see this printf will have printf printf followed by open bracket, then you have quotes giving you what to be printed. What to be printed, this is called a control string, followed by a comma. These are all mandatory things you need to follow. Printf, open bracket, open quotes, control string, you will be displaying what to be printed, and this is the format, and after that you will be listing from which variable these are all coming. You have declared variables A, B, C, D, register number, roll number, percentage. We have declared these variables in the previous video. So those variables which are to be printed, those are being displayed over here, and close the bracket and put the semicolon. So like this. This is how a typical printf statement looks like, right? Next, this particular control string itself can be written in a specific pattern. How? Again, print this open bracket here, followed by you need to have a percentage. Percentage indicating a special character telling you these are the formats by which I am trying to give the variable in a specific way to be displayed onto the monitor. So here I have written with the rectangle brackets. These rectangle brackets are optional. You need not have to use all of them, not necessarily any one of them, but it will tell you to have it in a specific format. You can have some sort of flags being added along with that. You can also mention the width, how much width this data should take, and also it will tell you about the dot precision. So dot precision, it means after decimal point, if you are printing a real number, say for example, your real number is 123.456. I would like to display this one as 123.4, leaving out these two things. I am writing it only one decimal point after this, one digit after decimal point. So therefore, like this. So then you can use like this. So precision. And length modifier. Length modifier is used whenever you are going for, I told you integer, there is a long integer. Float, there is a double. I would like to extend this, or I would like to have an unsigned, something like that I would like to display. Then you can go for this length modifier. Then you have to mention the type specifier. This is mandatory. You need to give this. See, these are all optional. Flag is an optional, width is an optional, precision is an optional, length modifier is an optional. You can have or you need not have. Whereas type specifier is a must. What type of data you would like to print? Are you printing an integer? Are you printing a float? Are you printing a string? Are you printing a character? All those things needs to be specified. That is a type specifier. Quotes close. Then variable list. So how many variables you have used? All these variables are to be the source of this to be given. Okay. So this is how the print works. Okay. Let us see with the example, so therefore you can understand this better. Okay. As usual, let us write as include. We'll write with a small program stdio.h. So you are using in this format only, include this standard header file written by somebody else. This is also called as a preprocessor directives. Whenever you write this hash function, they are called as a preprocessor directives. What is this preprocessor directive? Basically, in any C program, wherever you write hash in the first column like this, if this is the beginning, so you are writing this as the first character as a hash like this, then it is called a preprocessor. What does it indicate? Preprocessor being checked. They are processed first. They are being checked first whether they are available or not. So these things are being done. So we will see that preprocessor later, but right now you understand they are called as a preprocessor directives. So then you have this main. As usual, you have to close this after you complete this. Okay. Now, so I will declare certain variables like integer a comma b. I am declaring two integers a comma b. I am assigning the values. Let a is equal to 10 comma b is equal to 15. I am taking two variables. their values are A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 15. You can also declare like this. You can declare int A equals int A comma B, A equals to 10, B equals to 15 also you can write. You can directly initiate with the initial values, alright. Okay. Now, I am declaring two variables, float C is equal to 23.333, comma D is equal to 18.16. I have taken two variables called C and D. They are called as float type. They are called the real numbers. This is an integer number. Similarly, I can just take character. Character C is equal to M. I have stored M, a single character. I told you always character can hold only one character. So M is stored into this E, because E is already declared. So I am going with a new variable name called as E. Alright. Now I can use varieties of printing by using this. So how to do this? You can do the printf something like this for you to understand. Printf hello friend, this is my first program. Now, is it really following the format of this? Let us see first. Printf, it is there, open bracket, quotes. Hello friend, this is what is to be printed here. Sir, where is this variable list? Because I am not printing any variables here. I have not used any variables. So variables are A, B, C, D, E. These are the 5 variables I have declared. I am not using to print them. I am just simply printing a message called as hello my friend, this is my first program. So this is being displayed. Alright. Now, after this I would like to print. I can use again printf statement again. Printf. Now, I will be using some control statements, control string and variable list. Simple term %d, comma %d. Percentage is a must. I am not writing flags, width, precision, length. I am not at all writing. I am directly writing the type specifier. Type specifier, if you are going for integer, then you have to write D. If you are going for float, D represents digit. F is for float, so you have to use F. So percentage F, percentage F. You can use another percentage F. Now I am trying to print 2 integers and 2 float numbers. I am not printing this character E. All variables declared need not be used, printed, comma. Now, I have to assign which variable corresponding to this format. This format I am trying to print from source called A. So, therefore, I am writing A. Next, this one is from the source called B. Next, this one is from source called C. This one is from source called D. When you print like this, close this bracket, this program certainly works. It declares 5 variables A, B, C, D, E like this. Some message will be displayed first like this. Then printf %d, %d, %f, A, B, C, D like this. It prints A as an integer, B as an integer. Yes, we have perfectly declared like that. C as a float, C is a float. D as a float, it prints. It prints how much? What is that you have inputted, so that gets printed. That gets printed. So here it prints like this actually. If you take your monitor like this, first it prints this hello friend, hello friend, program. It prints like this, first one. Next, it prints these 4 variables as per the format you have mentioned. Now, you have to understand one thing very clearly. Sir, I have moved on to the next line. Does it print on the next line? No, it doesn't print on the next line. It continues here only, because on the board I have written hello friend, hello friend, this is my first program. After that still there will be some more space in one line itself actually. In one line of the monitor you can have so many text. So therefore it prints in continuation to that. Okay. To make it simple, I will just eliminate this. I will eliminate this. I will just quote like this only. Okay. Now we will see how does it prints. So first it prints hello friend. Next, after that you are going for another print. So therefore it is printing D, percentage D, which is nothing but 10. So therefore it prints 10 here only. It prints next percentage D, digit called as 15. It prints 15. Next it prints 26.33. Then it prints 18.16 like this only. In a single line. By chance, if you would like to print these things in one line and these 4 things in another line, what you can do is you can simply modify this one as /n. This is a special character, I told you in the last class. Special character included. Now this is /n. /n will tell you to add one new line. So then these 4 will be printed here. 10, 15, 26.33, 18.16 like this. With a single space between this and this, it is printed. Right? If you are adding up some more format to it, then accordingly it works. Say for example, percentage D, I am adding up one new line here. Everywhere I am adding one new line. Then it gets printed like this: 10, 15, 26.33, 18.16 like this. Because after percentage D I have added /n, percentage D /n, percentage D /n, percentage F /n, percentage F /n. So therefore I am telling to the stream saying that please add one new line. So therefore it goes to the next line. So therefore like this it gets printed. So what is to be printed on the monitor? You are now controlling it in the form of a stream. So that's why it's called streams. Alright? Okay. Now here I have used /n. Like this you can use /t. /t adds one tab. You can give one tab space, 5-6 character space can be given like that. So that's how you can use it. Yet we have not used all these things. You can use width, can be mentioned like this actually. You can say for example, if A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, comma, B is equal to 8, 3, 9395 like this instead of 10 and 15. Now I have declared this with different values. Now when you print this percentage, this will be printed, but I want only to be printed in a different way with the width being mentioned. So I mention percentage D, percentage 2D slash n. I am writing it like this. You see here, printf percentage 2D slash n. Continued like this. Now, what happens? You are mentioning width. Width not like this, you can only display 2 digits. Now only 1 and 2 are being displayed. Because you are not given sufficient space, you are telling please display only 2 digits. Out of this 1, 2, 3, 4, only 2 digits are being displayed. Since you mentioned 2, percentage 2D, only 2 digits are being displayed. So therefore it prints 1, 2. Here you have written percentage D slash n. So therefore you have not mentioned what is the width. Width you have not mentioned. So it prints as it is 8395. Since you have mentioned for the first one with the width, it displays like that. Some flags are also being set. Similarly, precision, I told you this is about after decimal point. After decimal point, how many, say for example in the float, I will be writing it something like this. Okay, you see here, I am writing it. Percentage, now percentage dot precision dot 3 f slash n comma percentage dot 2 f slash n comma C and D. I am printing only 2, C and D. Now let us see how does this program behaves. So all these things will be there. I have declared A, B, but I have not printed. It's okay. When variable is declared, you need not have to print. You need not have to use. There is no error in that actually. So you have declared 5 variables. So you are printing hello friend. This will come. And with the slash n. Okay. Next, printf percentage dot 3. So you are telling the precision of printing this f is there with the 3 digits after decimal point. So I will write this as I will consider the input as 26.3351. D is equal to 18.1695. 4 digits I have considered. While printing it over here, it says this C to be printed with a float format with a precision of 0.3. So therefore, it prints 26.335. This will not be displayed because you said only you print 3 digits after decimal point. Similarly, for float shown at D, you have asked to print only 2 digits after decimal point, right? So after decimal point only this. So therefore, after the next line, because there is a next line, it goes and prints this D with 18.16. It prints only with a 2 digit because you asked to do only 2 digit printing. So therefore, like this, you can use this printf statement with all these things as optional, not necessarily. Not necessarily. If you do not write this percentage f slash n, it prints 26.3351. This prints as 1695, like this only. So these are all optional. All right. So this is the very interesting, output statement. You will be using it along with most of the programs. You can try out many other possibilities of print, many other kinds of variable declaration, changing the pointers, changing the flags, changing the width, precision, length, etc. and all. All right. Length modifier. Say you have your float, you are using this as a double. Then how to declare that? You are using it as an integer, but I am now trying to declare this as long int. So then you have to write LD. Long int means long digit, LD. Instead of simple D here, you have to use long digit, LD. So like this, actually you can mention the length modifier and of course the variable name like this. As you start writing the program, you will see wonders by using this printf statement. All right. So one thing you have to understand, this printf is for output. Similarly, you can use this another stream statement you will be using. This is called as a scanf. Scanf is basically used for the purpose of taking input from the keyboard. You are typing something. Say for example of quadratic equation only. You need to give the value of a, b, c. Let a be so and so, b be so and so, c be so and so. You have something with you. You have to type that input. So that can be taken by using this scanf statement. Again, you will have here control string followed by address. I am using the word called address here. Where exactly this should go? Where exactly, when you read something, where it should be stored? So that you need to mention. So you will be writing the control string followed by the address, where it should go, right? Let's see with some example. You will be able to write this. You will be able to understand this better, scanf statement. All right. We'll write on program. So you declare some variables, integer a, comma b. Next, now I am using scanf. I am trying to read the value of a and b, right? Find the area of rectangle. Let us write the small program. Okay. Area of rectangle. Area of rectangle you will be giving, so a and b, length and breadth. So I can call this as length only. L comma b. Integer length and breadth. So you will be reading the values of L and B from the keyboard, and you are doing the multiplication of these two. All right. Okay. How to do that? Scanf. I am reading as an integer, %d. Similarly, I am reading %d. Two things I am reading. One integer, d means you know that it is an integer. So I am reading as an integer, another integer I am reading it. Where I am storing? I am storing the first integer you are reading into the address called L. Now at this moment you don't worry what is this AND symbol represent. AND symbol is to indicate the address of L. You just understand in this position like this. When you go to the pointer class, you will understand this better. But right now you understand. Now address of L. try to store the value that you are reading from the keyboard, store it into this address of L and length. Similarly, you store the next digit at breadth. Next, at the value at that location, whatever you have typed, so that is stored in L and that is stored in B, alright. So, multiply, printf. I am now declaring one more variable called A to indicate area. So, area is equal to length into breadth. I am using an operator here. So, usually star is represented for multiplication, not into symbol like that. X symbol is not used. We are using star to do the multiplication. Now, at L, you have the length of the rectangle given as an input by the person through the keyboard. You may type 10. Similarly, B has a value typed by the user as the breadth. So, you must have printed 6. So, 10 into 6, 60. So, therefore, 10 is multiplied with 6 and it is stored in A. A is also an integer. So, therefore, 10 into 6, it becomes 60. 60 is stored in A. Now, how do I know that it is stored in A? The result is stored in A. Use printf statement, you know that very well. Use the printf statement. So, printf area of triangle equals, you are printing this, followed by a number. You know that whenever you write this percentage %d, you have to give the variable name, variable list. We have written. So, therefore, you write which variable. So, this is nothing but A. Close this program. Now, this program I have written in C to do the multiplication of length and breadth. My objective is not to explain about the area. My objective is to use of this scan and printf statement. So, scan basically does scanning of two numbers typed from keyboard, store it into this L, address of L, address of B. Now, B and L, they hold the data mentioned in the keyboard, and you do the computation. A is equal to L into B. Next, print that area of triangle equals to so and so. So, this prints the area of triangle. Now, how many times you run this program? Each time you can give the value of L, that is length, and breadth, different values. So, this time you try 10 and 6, next you try with 20 and 30, whatever. You try giving different values and get the multiplication. Though it looks very, very trivial, but as a beginner, you have to do this kind of programming only. So, scanf and printf statements we have seen today. They are in today's in current video, and these are mostly used statements in C program, right? So, we have completed module 1, introduction to C program and hardware and different IO devices. All these things we have seen. This completes the module 1, wherein which we are able to do some scanf printf statement, and in the next module actually you will be seeing different statements, type of statements, if statements, control statements, writing little more complicated programs. Of course, any program that you use should have all these rules that we have mentioned it out. We will see those things in the next class. Thank you.